Welcome to Beyond the Build, your blueprint to outdoor living. Each episode highlights what every homeowner and contractor should understand before taking on an outdoor project. Brought to you by the team at Rocky Mountain Outdoor Living. Let's get started.
Welcome back to Beyond the Build. I am Darby here with the founder, visionary of Rocky Mountain Outdoor Living, Nick Lippitt. Hello, Nick.
Hey, Darby.
Hey, so we've been doing this series you should go through and look at all of them. They're all titled, but this is part of a whole series kind of getting you prepared for, you're a homeowner, you're embarking on an outdoor project, you don't know where to start. So we've already kind of given you a roadmap up to this point. So the last time we talked to you about designs and do you need designs, what to expect from designs, why designs can be helpful to your project. So now the contractors have all left your house. They've come, you've met with all of them. You've kind of maybe gotten a read for some of them already. So now what? Now what should people be looking out for? Because there are some indicators in this this part of the process. I think there's some key indicators on what kind of communication you're going to be getting from these contractors based on what you see from them now.
For sure. And I think that I'm going to start it off a little funny. For those of you who have talked with 2 to 3 contractors, you're probably excited and this is going to be fun. For those of you who have talked to 8 to 10 contractors, you're probably like, thank God that is over.
Right.
Like, wow, that was a lot of work.
That's a lot.
That is a lot.
It's overkill, by the way. You did too much. You didn't need to do that much.
It is. It really is. And, to be honest, it would actually be really cool to have a podcast and bring in someone who interviewed 10 contractors and ask them why and was it a waste of time?
But you get with us. Contact me. We will get you in here and we'll talk to you. We would like to know. We could learn from it.
We would.
Yeah.
Post consultation, I think there's a lot of clients that really don't think about this.
Right.
And I think that there's a lot of value to the post consultation and what to expect. And of course, it's going to look very different based on the project that you're looking to build.
Absolutely.
If you're doing a quick $10,000, cover this dirt space or, come in and mulch all my beds and so on, like, to be honest, the post consultation probably doesn't exist.
Because they're starting in 3 weeks and then they're done.
It might be a one-day job, but
right.
The other thing I would say is we also coach contractors through this process, and the ones that are inside of our program, you're going to see a post process from them.
Yes, you are.
Even if it is $10,000.
Right.
So, I think that, we're going to talk about what should post process look like, right? For the client, and, what are red flags and what aren't red flags. And, we tell you at Rocky Mountain Outdoor Living why we're different. Right? Like you might bring up other contractors and you'll never, ever, ever hear one of our salespeople talk poorly about another company.
Absolutely not.
But one thing that we often say is this is why we're different. And post-consultation for us is a big one.
It is a huge difference.
And we feel like adds a lot of value to the client, and it helps you become more comfortable with who we are and what the expectations should look like.
Absolutely. I mean, I can tell you that when... as an example, the morning after I have been at your house, you're going to get an email from me with a recap of the meeting, of what we talked about, of what you asked for, of the conversations we had, of the kind of features that you're looking for in the space. If we talked about budget, if we talked about specific colors, if we talked about anything specific, you're going to see in that recap. So you're going to know that I know what we talked about. You're going to know that I was paying attention to what we were talking about. And you're going to know that the work that I'm doing, the stuff that I'm bidding is relevant to what you actually want. So I think that is something that can kind of let people know that, hey, they not only were they paying attention, but I know that the bid they're going to give me is based on the stuff that I want.
Well, and what if you come up with more ideas after? Right. So interview 2 or 3 contractors.
Right.
Normal. You might think back, wait, did I tell that guy that?
Right.
Your post-consultation recap will tell you all the things you talked about.
Right.
And it doesn't have to be crazy long.
No.
Ours are pretty in detailed.
They are.
But it tells you, like, did you talk about an outdoor kitchen? Yes or no?
Right.
Did you talk about what style of railing? Yes or no? And so when we send that to you, you know, you're going to do more research. You're going to look at pictures. You're going to be on Instagram. You're going to be on Pinterest. And you're going to go, oh, I forgot to tell them this. Now I can tell them.
Right.
And on the production side, I have clients that we work with, and, you know, they want these weekly reports. And, you know, sometimes there's one I'm working for right now, or we're working for right now. And I said, why do you want this? And she said, Nick, I have so many conversations, and then I walk back in the door, and the kid's this, the kid's this, the kid's that. I'm running out the door. I'm headed to work. I'm headed to the office. I'm doing this, and I can't even remember what we talked about.
Right.
And so the other cool thing is, like, if you're bringing me ideas that I didn't even think about.
Yeah.
So seamless glass railing on pedestals. Yeah, man, that sounds really good. Post consultation comes in, the little bit of a recap. Oh yeah, we did talk about that. I wonder what that looks like.
Yeah.
Google images.
There it is.
Pedestal.
ChatGPT, right.
Yeah. Like, it gives you more information to continue the process. The other thing, though, that I love about this recap, it's going to hold you accountable, Darby.
It is.
If I sent you a recap and I didn't bid or do what I told you was in the recap, you can now hold me accountable as the contractor. You could say, hey, wait, the recap
What about
says,
the recap?
But I hear clients often say, I'll say, hey, why did you choose to work with us? And it's never price.
No,
We know that.
It's not.
It's not price at Rocky Mountain Outdoor Living.
No, it is not.
But I often hear your team is the only one that listened to what I said. And
It's huge.
There's a way we do it. We're not going to share it.
No, we can't.
But there's a way that we do what we do that is so valuable to the client.
And to us, and to, it really is a huge value. Yeah.
And design.
Yeah.
Right. So if I send you a recap and the recap goes to you, but it goes to the designer, and something was missed, you know, then you can let me know, and then we can tell the designer.
That is the beauty of having a team too.
Yeah.
Because that is true. That's a good point, because that recap goes into the drive for that client. So our production team can see it. Our design team can see it. Our permitting teams can see it. So that is huge. So it's one of those things, just like this podcast is designed to be helpful on both ends. So it is helpful to us and to the homeowner.
Everything we do to elevate the industry.
Yes.
The experience, the contractor. Post consultations elevate the experience.
Absolutely.
And so we're telling you every single thing that we took from that. And you might say, Nick, one of your team members came here and they sent me a recap, and they never had a pen in their hand once. Right. And there's a trick. There is a trick.
It's like the waiter at the restaurant.
More and more people will learn from it. But in the post recap, or in the post consultation, one of the biggest things is a recap.
Yeah.
The other thing that's super helpful that we do quite a bit, and again, different, it's going to look a little bit different based on what type of job you're building. We're going to notify you when your design is in process.
Yes.
We will notify you when your design is done. Mm-hmm. We will notify you when the bid is being written.
Yes.
We will notify you when the bid is done. Here's the other thing that is really, really helpful. After the consultation, you will often get some emails and some text messages sharing with you the things we talked about.
Right.
You know, I know you're really interested in a cocktail pool. You know, while we're working through the designs and this and this and this, check out this link.
Yeah.
You know, check out this design and check out this usability piece, or check out this story on Instagram, or we will use this time to help educate you more on the products that we talked about while we're doing what we do. The other thing is, I know it's happened to everybody listening to this, including us talking about it. How many times have you talked to a contractor? Ghost.
Yep. Oh, it's happened.
They didn't even have the courtesy to say, this isn't a good fit for me. I'm not the best contractor for you. I'm not qualified.
Right.
You know, or the project doesn't make sense for me to mobilize my crew. Like, you should have the respect as a contractor to reach back out no matter what. And that's a big thing for us is, and let me tell you why this is so important to us. 100% transparent. Rocky Mountain Outdoor Living got a 1-star review because we went to a homeowner's house and didn't follow up.
True.
And I put myself in his shoes and I said, you know what? You're right. Shame on me. And I tell people all the time, I can't get better if you don't tell me what I did wrong. And I know there's a lot of companies that pay to delete reviews or, do everything they can to make them non-visible to potential clients. Call me out on my mistakes, and we'll fix them.
That's the only way you can get better.
Make them twice,
right? No, we never say we're perfect. We're always growing, always learning, and that is part of the process, and that's part of the process of this podcast. So yes, post consultation, I do think it's a good signal of what you're going to get down. If you don't hear anything at all, you're going to hear from us. You're going to hear when your bid's done. It's going to be emailed to you, and then you're going to get a text saying that your bid is ready as well. And then we're going to follow with a call and kind of walk through with you. So yes, communication is huge. We are all about communication, transparency, and letting you know where things are in the process. So that is something to look for. And if you're not getting that from somebody, maybe that's one of the ways you can kind of start to go, all right, I'm narrowing the field of the 10 people that I met with. I'm narrowing the field already because I haven't heard from this guy in 3 weeks, nothing. So, I mean, it might take 3 weeks to get a design. It might take this time, but you should be hearing from them throughout that process. It just shouldn't just be, I'll talk to you in 3 weeks. There are other things that can be being done in that time period.
Well, and we just want to bring to your attention the things that you should expect.
Right.
And the other thing we've talked about a lot, Darby, is we've built this podcast to help the experience of the consumer.
Correct.
Right? The client, the homeowner. But it's funny because we've recently talked about if you're a contractor, you should be listening to this because we're telling the homeowners what the expectations should be. And if you're listening to these podcasts and you say, I don't do that, we're basically telling clients that you're not the right.
Yeah, you're not one of the 10 that should still be considered. So yeah, so that's great. So post consultation, a big part of the process. I think we've kind of hit everything that people need to know. So again, just thanks for being here. Keep looking for these. We're going to continue this series. So we're moving through this series, and then you're going to start seeing podcasts based on different types of swimming pools, different types of roof structures, different, motorized or wood or decks or patios. So we're going to be talking about very specific things. You'll be able to see them in the title and in the description if it speaks directly to a project that you are working on, so that you can use this as a tool that it's designed for. Yeah. All right. Thanks, Nick.
Thanks, Darby.
Beyond the Build from the team at Rocky Mountain Outdoor Living.